Janice, are you there?
At your service, sir.
Enter the manosphere.
Of course. How can I assist you today?
Give me some of that dating foolishness.
Will do, sir.
I've always been very comfortable leaning in with a masculine energy in everything I strive to achieve. And I've done that through a lot of masculine, direct, go get it type of energy. And being in a relationship with a man who also has that energy, those two things coming together create so much conflict.
Welcome to Manosphere Highlights Daily. This is not a diss video. This is not an attack on this woman. I repeat, this is not an attack on this woman. We want to praise this couple for coming online and sharing their problems with the public so we can learn. The original video is an hour long and we're not going to sit here and say everything is her fault because that's not true and not the purpose of this video. The purpose of this video is to highlight how these so-called strong and independent women respond to men who make more or less than them. The purpose of this video is to explore the innate biological characteristics of both men and women and how these inherent traits inevitably affect the dynamics of relationships. Shout out to Ramit for doing a tremendous job. The link is in the description. Let's get it. Now it's time for us to get into this and do what we gotta do. Because we men, ain't we? We men, ain't we?
But I just want to point out something from the application that caught my eye. It said the dynamics around finances, gender, roles, and poor communication is the #1 thing that threatens our future together. Kara, you wrote that. What do you mean by that? It's okay. Take as long as you need. We're in no rush.
Stop it right there. Women cry. Women are the emotional ones. It doesn't matter how strong and independent these women are. They are women first. Janice, read.
Several factors play a role in an individual's propensity to cry. Gender differences in crying, for example, have been explored for decades and across the world, and all of the studies reached the same conclusion: women cry more than men. In the 1980s, biochemist William H. Frey, PhD, found that women cry an average of 5.3 times a month, while men cry an average of 1.3 times per month, with crying defined as anything from moist eyes to full-on sobbing. Those averages still appear to be about the same, suggests newer research, including work by Lauren Bailsma, PhD, of the University of Pittsburgh, Journal of Research and Personality, 2011. Biologically, there may be a reason women cry more than men. Testosterone may inhibit crying, while the hormone prolactin, seen in higher levels in women, may promote it.
When it comes to gender, women in general tend to express their emotions more, while men may not find it easy to share their feelings openly. Like I said earlier, women are women first. It doesn't matter where you are in the world, you will always have to deal with a woman's emotional tendencies. Now let's get into how Western society impacts women's behavior.
Part of the beauty of our relationship is that it's like kind of chaotic and doesn't make sense, and yet makes perfect sense. I wasn't prepared for how much gender roles or societal roles or our family roles, whatever it may be, this unconscious idea of the role I should play as a woman and the role he should play as a man would affect our relationship. I was not prepared for that.
What do you mean?
I've always been very comfortable leaning in with a masculine energy in everything I strive to achieve. And I've done that through a lot of masculine, direct, go get it type of energy. And being in a relationship with a man who also has that energy, those two things coming together create so much conflict.
Millennial Western women, trained, groomed to be masculine, to be like men, prepared to be in the workforce, but not prepared to be a wife to her husband. Let's continue.
And what comes out of it now that I am a mother and I'm a woman, and I love being a woman. Sorry, but I have to say it more than I've ever. It's like the most exciting thing in the world to be able to give birth to children, and I did it naturally at home. It's like amazing. It's amazing. And it comes with the expectation that I'm going to do all of the chores and I'm going to take care of the children. I'm going to be the primary nurturer. Doing that and being the primary income earner right now, because I understand it could always change. I would love for it to change. Being the primary financial earner. So having to drive this masculine energy and being expected to carry this feminine energy and being expected to support my husband as a man and not be in his like, well, when are you getting paid? And is it in this? And that's a very masculine energy. It unconsciously I'm emasculating him, and he tells me that and I see it, but then I don't know how to get out of that.
This is gold. Women cannot turn this masculine energy off. Why?
Why?
Because she was trained all of her life to be that way. It's like a boxer who switches trainers. One training camp is not going to change him into a completely different fighter. That's why they say you can't teach an old dog new tricks. That's why we're not talking to women on this channel. You heard what she said. She knows she's emasculating him, but she can't stop doing it. Women know what's going on, and their nature does not allow them to stop what they're doing unless the environment, society demands it. So when you hear women say, I'll be feminine for the right man,
Run! Get to the chopper!
Let's take it a step further.
Because bills got to get paid, and that dynamic is the most toxic dynamic that we have. So long as I carry that masculine energy around finances and around money, it suffocates him.
Okay. You're the primary caregiver to the kids, and you're expected to sort of take care of the kids primarily, etc. Who expects that?
That's a good question. I think I take that role.
A lot of things women are doing are self-inflicted. Feminism told women they can do it all and they could have it all. That looks good on paper, but in reality, it makes them very miserable. She will share the truth with us later. But first, I want to highlight this crucial aspect of the dynamics between men and women in relationships.
Last month, I made more money than I've ever made in my life. I brought home $17,000, and the way it was received wasn't the way that I would have liked it to have been received. She did say, good job, I'm proud of you, all of that. I did not get a kiss. I agree that not keeping tally is a great thing, but I also think that our efforts should be applauded and they should be rewarded. And my gosh, you tell me I'm doing a great job and you kiss me on my neck, I'm gonna go and do it 10 times again. That's my motivation. I need that. So to not do that is actually hurting us, because I will not, I'll still show up. I just won't show up in the way that I know I will if I feel that appreciation and that love, you know?
Okay.
When modern women are asked, what do you bring to the table? In other words, what do you bring to the relationship? one of the most significant responses is inspiration. However, it's essential to understand that this inspiration is not something easily expressed in words alone. You cannot simply say, "I'm an inspiration," and expect to convince others, especially men, because it's a quality best demonstrated through your actions. Modern women don't inspire. Yesterday we made this video.
Let me see your sign, actually. There you go, looking for a husband.
Yes.
Nice. You know, you could, maybe this will work here. Maybe it'll be somebody that you're watching here. Look.
I'm waiting for you.
Why in the blue hell would a man of value want to be a husband to an attention-seeking Instagram fiend? Here's another example.
Because my dating pool is, I mean, my
Expansive.
God, impressive, expansive. I've had sex with 35 guys. Okay?
Whew. Oh, Lord.
Impressive.
There is nothing inspiring about a woman with a body count higher than the predator.
Run! Get to the chopper!
And to make things worse, exposing it publicly. We men talk about these things, Drake said about his wife. That's what the manosphere is all about. So the reputation of the modern Western woman is not positive and certainly not inspiring. Now pay close attention to what she's about to say next. We're gonna let her talk for 3 minutes.
I was doing it again, which I realized now that he's saying that, what you just told me not to do, which was trying to figure out what will make him happy. Because the reality is, I busted my for the last 3 years of our relationship. But I've had this business for 4 years. Put my blood, sweat, and tears into creating a lifestyle where he can be downstairs in his studio and I can be upstairs, and our baby can be asleep in the other room, and our doula can be downstairs holding our newborn. And I feel like I created that momentum for the life that we live. And I had 2 kids. And I invested in you. And I clean the house and I do the laundry and I carry so much of this invisible burden. And when I ask for support or appreciation, I'm told that I'm nagging and that I'm not allowing you to be a man, and that I'm overly masculine, and I don't get any of the appreciation or support. And in a perfect world, we can just be on the team, that we can be playing the game together. And it's like we scored that goal, and it was my support that allowed you to have your victory. And from this point forward, when I am able to get more time to focus on my business and I do get to making more money, it could be our victory and not like how I feel right now, which I can't even listen to what he's saying, Remy. I honestly, like, in terms of NLP, I'm like completely deleting what he says, because all I hear in my head is like, MFer, I did all this for this long and you ain't never give me no recognition and no, you know, like that's what I hear when he's like, kiss me on my neck because I made $17,000. And I'm like, well, make $17,000 next month and then we can talk, you know, like.
Can I ask a question? If he made $17,000 next month, would you actually kiss him on his neck?
I would kiss him on his neck without the $17,000. Yes. Like.
Don't dismiss that question. It's a really important question. You just said you made $17,000, you know, essentially big deal. Make it next month and then we'll talk. So I'm asking you, if he made it 2 months in a row, would you then kiss his neck? I'm being metaphorical with it, but that's what he said he wants.
No, I don't think I would give him what he wants.
Okay, is it 3 months?
No, it's not time. He could do it in infinite.
Exactly.
She can't let it go, fellas. She can't let go of her grudges towards her husband. This is a major reason why women make horrible leaders. This is a major reason why women file 70% of divorces. This is a major reason why women divorce great men in court. This is a major reason why men can't see their own children. Women operate on feelings. And she does not only feel that her husband is not giving her what she deserves, but she also feels something different. Check this out. Pay attention to the emotions, fellas.
I think he point blank said, this is what I would like. Why was it so hard to say yes?
I'm going to be really, very, very scarily honest on this very public platform.
Thank you for doing that, by the way. It's appreciated.
I think I'm afraid of what it means to a certain degree if I'm not doing all those things. I think I'm afraid of who I will become if I'm not doing all of those things. If I am not all of those things, and by giving him this one, kissing him on the neck metaphorically, somehow represents a loss to me, a loss of control, a loss of identity. And I black out in the sense of what now? How should I behave now? Who am I?
This is pure gold. Modern women have built their identities on being career women, boss babes, strong and independent women. They are not trained to be traditional women. They are not trained to follow a man's lead. So they are looking for a statement. But at the same time, they will resent a man for being a statement because he's not that dude. Oprah Winfrey could never get herself a celebrity, even though she is one of the most famous and richest women in the world.
For all the time you've been together, who would you say has been the leader in the relationship?
5 out of 7 categories, I think it's been me.
Yeah. How about the money category?
It's been me.
Okay. And you don't really like that all the time, do you?
No.
Okay. And yet, when your partner here has a fantastic month, 17K in a month is amazing. Do you celebrate it?
No.
Damn!
Check this out, fellas, and you will have a better understanding of why she's not impressed.
Let me give you their numbers. Kara's gross income is $7,000. In recent years, she made as much as $20,000 a month. But after having children, she's taken a step back in her career, and she expects that to continue for at least the foreseeable future. Drake's gross monthly income is $12,000. His business actually made $17,000 last month, but he expects approximately $12,000 ongoing.
You see, she was making a lot more money than him, and he cannot provide the same lifestyle she was used to. This is where the resentment is coming from. This is female nature. Women don't date down. Women have problems with going backwards in lifestyle. Check this out.
There's been so much loss of identity since we left LA. I'm also an actor, and I previously had an acting career. And that was a huge part of my identity. I give you that example to say, like, there's so many things that have died in my life. I felt after I had my daughter, okay, this is for me to surrender, to have this beautiful, natural home birth. And then I'm going to regain control of my life again. And I had this magical birth. I mean, for me, I think the most beautiful experience of my entire life. Completely changed me. And I never regained that control. I never regained that identity and any of those things that I previously was. And here I am, a wife, and now a mother of 2, and still an entrepreneur and a leader with people that I love and I care for, and they do well. Like, there's so many good things. That's what I'm trying to say. There's so many good things that have manifested in these last 2 years. But like, I don't I don't know how to fit into it. Like, I don't feel like I did before, where I felt confident and I was on beat and like I knew what to do and I knew where to go and how to be. And now it's just like I'm kind of doing a mediocre job at everything. So maybe I'm fighting to regain some kind of control or some sort of my old identity, and then we're here.
This is why the wall hurts so much for modern women. It's a reality check. Modern women are not prepared for old age. Modern women are not educated to understand trade-offs. Everything comes with a price. She has children, but she wants her old lifestyle back. Other women have their eggs frozen because they were focused on their career, not on getting a husband. And now they can't find a man willing to commit to them. Everything comes with a price. Like I've said earlier, not everything is her fault. We're gonna make another video talking about her husband, Drake, because he signed up for this.
I feel like my dear wife doesn't understand what it's like to be a man and have the very specific drive that not all men, but most men have, and the reason behind that drive. And instead, it's looked at as an excuse and bull. And so there's no conversation to be had, because when I try to express myself, it's bull.
Manosphere, we working. Protect yourself at all times. This video has officially been highlighted.